I'll be reacting to AMAIM Warrior at the Borderline, episode 23. I'll be watching it from Crunchyroll's website, and now I'll be starting off my reaction in 1-0, go! Oh boy, I am so stoked for this one. I just hope this series can, put a well-composed ending, though, and it doesn't rush its ending. Oh boy. The thing is, though, can patience really be afforded in these type of situations, though? With everything just going crazy overall? I'm gonna guess those men aren't there to provide any good news. Oh, I'm pretty sure he will be with how devious this man is. I like how the biggest friend of them all is calling any of his trespassers rats, even though that'd be the textbook definition one that would fit this great hair fuck the most. That is really, really rich. Coming from the biggest rat of all of them. Oh, yeah, it's opening. Okay, this is actually among my favorite anime openings of the season, by far. Yes, this series may have questionable writing. It may have the issue of there's no really major antagonists that really make things interesting. This series may have problems with the way it handles background characters, because so far I only care about... Actually, no, I really only care about Amon and Gashin. That's pretty much it. I don't even care much about Shinon because the series hasn't done enough to make me care about her. But yeah, I care about all the though, so I guess just those two. Despite all those flaws, not only does the series look pretty, that is the opening fucking slap. Yeah, I love that final version of the shirt. It looks great. Yes, I hope he keeps getting even brighter colors. Hopefully next we'll see rainbow colored clothing to show at the end of the series when they all win, to show that he's completely happy. That'd be amazing. With the smiley face, of course. That'd be great. That'd be great. That's if they win, though. I wouldn't blame you if you didn't know who Masaki was. This series does have an issue with making its background characters interesting. Actually, no, you know what? I think Brad is actually a decent villain. Not amazing, but he's decent. I'll give Brad some credit. Yeah, that if they did that Ghost Up, I'd love it. I would absolutely adore it. Again, though, I understand that they're all saddened about the death of the pilot in the previous episode, but I just can't feel anything with the loss that they suffered in the previous episode. I just don't feel anything at all. I'm assuming because she suffered so much loss, she can't cry anymore. I mean, oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, the villain is mediocre. Their best villain. So that's why I'll give him credit. At least it's not bad. It's just an average. I mean, because she has a job to do. She has to fight. She can't let sadness overtake her because then she'll die in the battlefield. Exactly. If anything, Mr. Masaki would have been proud seeing them continue on fighting. Again, though, this bit would be so good if they actually give Mr. Masaki a lot more screen time in the series. But since they didn't, when he died, I was like, wait, who the fuck is this guy that died in the previous episode? That's literally what was in my mind. And that's not a good thing. Like when the series tried to have its big duh, and the character that died is someone where I don't give a shit about them, that's a problem, because that means there really isn't any stakes in this series, which is something I enjoy saying about when it comes to a Sunrise anime. Because some of the best Sunrise anime, like Code Geass, or even the OG Gundam series, like when certain characters died, I cried like a fucking bitch. Like in Code Geass, I cried like a fucking bitch when Lelouch's brother died, or at the ending of the series when a certain thing happened to Lelouch. I felt emotion. Here, Masaki dies, I'm like, I don't feel shit. Masaki dying is about the same as a cockroach being stomped on. I honestly don't care at all. That's the issue with the series. Like, it just can't make decent side characters. It just can't. It struggles. I know. He would be proud if any single person remembered him. And when I mean by anyone, I mean any viewer watching the series. Pretty much. I even remember Orange Boy years later, Ghost Tab. I remember Orange Boy, Shuzaku. Like, it's been like decades since I watched that series, close to decades. I remember Nonali. I remember Lelouch Lamplouche. I remember Cece. I remember Colin. I literally remember most of the roster of that series, man. I haven't even seen that series in decades. And I remember most of the Code Geass roster. I remember the units of their mechas. Like, Shizuka used Lancelot. I know Collins was like an orange mech. And we all know Lelouch Lamplouche. He was like the ultimate badass. Like that, I remember that series years later. Yeah, that's what was fun about Code Geass. You remember the side characters. Here, I struggle to remember anyone at all. I don't even know the name of the Fate Zero guy. I recognize the voice. I could give a fuck about the character's name, though. And here's the thing, like, this episode's like, oh yeah, we want you to feel sad, audience, for the death of Misaki. I'm like, no, you ain't fucking doing shit. Come on, series. Speed rush this shit. Get to the shit we care about. Get to the AMAIMs blowing each other up. That's what I want to get. I want to see some shit blow up, damn it. That's what I want to see. You haven't earned the rights to be having scenes of characters grieving shit. Y'all haven't earned that yet. Yeah, like all those bits were interesting, Ghost Tab. You're right. I remember Gawain and Gurren was such a cool mecha. Oh man, Gurren was such a cool mecha. Yeah. That's beat about Code Geass, Ghost Tab. Even like the mechas. Remember, the mechas here look pretty though. Don't get me wrong. The mechas here are pretty. It's just that the characters utilizing them, save for the main cast, are so unmemorable. You don't remember their names. Yeah. And for Code Geass, I don't even need my anime list to look all this shit up. Pure memory. All in the memory. Which is weird because Bandai, I think it was Bandai Pictures. That's like the division in Bandai that has less money than Sunrise Beyond. And they're currently making Birdie Wing, Ghost Tab. And Birdie Wing has a way lower budget, and that series is way better. Can you believe that? No, but Ghost Tab, can you believe that? This series is funded by Bandai. And then Birdie Wing's funded by Bandai Pictures. And Bandai Pictures has a lesser budget. I mean, even the animators were on quote saying that when it comes to like Bandai budgets, their Gintama series or even their animation division gets way less money than the Gundam and Love Live teams. Yet, this series with a higher budget is more poorly handled than Birdie Wing. I can't even say it's discount Lelouch. That'd be a disgrace to Lelouch Lampuch's name. But hey, you know what? At least we'll get to see some guns blazing, Ghost. And maybe something interesting will happen. Something that will make me remember the episode. Hopefully. Maybe I'm being too optimistic here. Again, the animation's really good. You're seeing multiple characters move. Beautiful animation. I'm assuming there's explosives. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. If anyone's gonna bust, yo, I love how this dude embraces the evilness. I gotta admit, yeah, the shit symbolism did kind of make me chuckle. That and the mecha action is good. Like, you can tell this series, it's watchable because of his shirt, but also because of the cute AIs, because I love Guy. Guy's cute. And also the mecha action. If it wasn't for the AI, the mecha action, and Amon's shirt, this series I don't even know what I'd do. I probably would be bashing this series if it lacked any of those three elements. But since it has all those three elements, it's tolerable. Oh shit. It's like she's trying to bite a little bit more than she can chew here. I mean, I gotta admit, it was a good usage of colors though when that happened. All right. Okay. I like how it seems like they're building something big here. Yes! Now, this is the type of talk I love. Hopefully, now we can get something happening. Hopefully. It's been 12 minutes now. Huh. Okay. All right, at least things are moving forward at the very least. Music's good. I mean, hey, if no one has an issue, then that's what matters most at the end of the day. Oh, man, the image looks so good. That I'll give him credit for. I kind of like this. At least here we're hearing that our main three, they're hauling ass to make sure they're prepared for the coming battles. Now, this is the cool shit right here. Seeing them put in the work, the effort, and how they're not going to just by being good enough. That's right. I love their confidence. Exactly. they might as well just try their best. And if they die, they die. Hopefully they don't die, though. Oh, the devil! Okay. That's more of the Shinon I want to see. Because she really hasn't had many moments to shine. This is more of what I want to see from her. Especially considering the fact that she's the one livening things up. Because usually in the series, it usually feels like it's either Gashin or AMAIM just moving things forward. I kind of see a resemblance to Guy. It doesn't look exactly like him, but I see a resemblance. Ha! I love that bit where Gashin just talking shit. Now this is what I like. It's going back into what I like about this series: the interactions between our main three, or the main three and their AI. Yeah, that's good actually. At least it's not bad luck. So at least they can have their heads at least up a little bit more. Oh shit. I wonder why he'd do that though. I guess he might not trust his old. Yo, okay, that thing looks lethal. But hey, if they can destroy that, then they'll destroy all the information regarding ghosts. So, in a way, that's kind of favorable towards our main heroes, or should I say, main protagonist. That's not a gargantuan disadvantage though. Same. At least the second half is better than the first half Ghost half, because the first half I wasn't really feeling it. Second half I'm feeling it. And hopefully it can change it to absolute victory. Whew. Okay then. He is right. Because it doesn't really matter the method, as long as the results are achieved, that's what matters the most at the end of the day. Yo, oh man, okay, I'm starting to get hyped now. Now this how you do build up. Seeing the tension that all of our main leads are going through right now. This is the good shit right here. Guy, please don't talk like that. That sounds like a death flag. Whenever characters start talking about what to do after they achieve victory. Whoa! Oh, that's a damn! I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Well, yeah, seeing it physically is much better though. Oh, that's so fucking cute. Oh, he is the ultimate homie right there. Yes, I'm thinking that too, man. Guy, guy, if either you die or Ramon die, it's your fault, man. You're literally are putting like the biggest death flag. Yeah, it looks like the death flag is on Guy or Ramon because you don't see any death flags for Shinon or Gashin in their AI partners. So he just straight up gave his boy a death flag. Damn it. Why? You know, if that happens, depending on how they do it, that would actually be absolutely Kino right there. That sounds like a bad sign for our chick here. Have they really, though? I like how we're getting different speeches from the different sides just to see the perspectives. I mean, Deathlock can be well done if they're utilized as well, though, Ghost. It just depends on the series. That's true, Ghost, though. They may have strength, but what those forces don't have is plot armor. But then again, I mean, I shouldn't say our main heroes have plot armor anymore because since we're getting near the end of the series, that plot armor might be absolutely destroyed too. I love how you can tell she's got Dance and Brad there. Oh, I thought for a second it looked like she had Dance in him. You would hope, but in history, sometimes former allies sometimes separate from each other when it comes to nations. But hey, I hope for their sake they do stand with each other, even after the conflict is done. You know, that actually was kind of decent. I'll give a golf clap. Yeah, that was actually a decent speech. It would have been even better if that would have been from a character I cared about, though. That's the thing, though. Because in Code Geass, whenever Lush made a fucking speech, it felt like the most epic shit ever. I'm like, damn, bro. Here it's like, oh, okay, I guess. I mean, the speech was good. Yeah, that's what I'm loving. Like, both of the speeches were good. Like, yeah, that's what I like about that bit. It shows you the perspective of each side, how they think they're doing the right thing. So that's why I thought the episode did well for itself, for the most part. Now, saying that, if I had to rate this episode on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being act, and 10 being exceptional. Actually, you can. Reinhardt from Legend Galactic Heroes, apparently. Because I heard Legend Galactic Heroes is an absolutely phenomenal writing, so it can be outdone. With the right writing staff, that is, it can be outdone. It always just depends, though. But aside from Reinhardt from Legend Galactic Heroes, it is hard to outdo Lelouch, though. But can't forget about OG Reinhardt, though, from Legend Galactic Heroes, the Ghost Tab. EDOG. You should. It makes the writing in Code Geass look like elementary school writing in comparison. Like, it really does. Oh, now it's back. Yes! The preview! Yes! Now this is what I want. The preview is everything I want. Yes! Detailed facial expressions. Oh, fuck. That looks like a Death Flag guy. Okay. Brad looks like he has his rape face on. It's on High Dive. It's on High Dive. Crunchyroll doesn't have it. It's on High Dive. High Dive has it as an exclusive. They paid a lot of money to get this right, so it's on High Dive. Crunchyroll only has the remake version. Actually, yeah, it's on Crunchyroll if you want to see the remake version. Which is what I'm watching. I haven't seen the original, but everyone says the original is like the version to watch, the original. But I like the remake, though. But I'll probably watch the original one of these days. But yeah, the original's on High Dive, the remake's on Crunchyroll. But anyways, here are my thoughts on this episode. Here's why I thought this episode was an average pretty much, although people say the remake's good too. So I guess both, but first, yeah, I guess both versions are worth a watch in their own way for the most part. At least. No, people say the remake is good, while everyone says the original is among the best anime of all time. When it comes to Legend of Galacticus, people say the remake for Galacticus is good, but the original is among the best. That's why I'd agree with you, Ghost. They needed more robots, but no, it was more than that though. Because here's what really fucked this episode for me. What really fucked this episode for me was the first time being, because this episode could have been good if it wasn't for the first time being about, oh yeah, we'll mourn this character. What was his name again? You know what? I'll look at the live chat. Ghost Stab, just give me a few seconds. I'll look up what's the name of the guy that died in the previous episode. I already forgot his name. It's Misaki. That's the guy. Half the episode was spent with the characters mourning his loss, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Get on to new shit. That's what my mind was thinking. I could fucking care less. You know, if they visited the shrine in their AMAIMs, that'd have been Kino as shit. I would have loved that shit. Yeah, I guess he got a flower. That's actually kind of cool that he did, which is better than nothing actually. But yeah. Yeah, I don't remember Misaki interacting much with the main characters either. That's the issue. Like they wanted us to feel bad about this character that died, but they never really built him up at all. So it's like, why should I even care? This episode, it's like you can tell this episode wanted to make you care because they just didn't build him enough as a character. That's what really it up. And here's another thing too, because aside from focusing on that, the bits with just them going after the great haired dude, I'm like, really? Like there really wasn't much to hit home about the episode. Aside from things being mobilized towards the final confrontations in the series, that's about the only thing that was decent in like the first half. But other than that, it's like there really wasn't much to get excited about, if I'm being honest. There wasn't. I mean, that would have been more badass if it happened that way. You're right about that. Second half was a lot more lovelier, though, and that's what allowed it to be average. Oh, if that happened, I would actually be impressed. Like, I really would be. I'd be like, damn. This series has some balls if they did that. But, in saying that, the second half at least kept it from being a bad episode. Because I thought the speeches from both sides were actually pretty good. They were sensible. They made sense. I was like, okay, you know what? This ain't that bad. I like the fact that you had a bit where Shinon, she wanted to, at the very least, build up their luck by going to visit a shrine. I kind of like moments like that. And also, something that really made the second half of the episode pretty nice was just the whole calm before the storm and how everyone looked sad going into the final day before the final fight. That was also pretty nice. I even like how you had Gashin throw a joke towards Guy. I thought that was actually kind of hilarious. And that's what really made the episode a little bit more lively. Pretty much a lot of robot animes are better than this, Ghost Tab. Like, a series that's better than this anime, if you're better than this series, you haven't accomplished shit. Because at most, the series will end up being average. Like, if I had to rate the first episodes of the series overall on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being abysmal, 5 being 9, 10 exceptional, This series would literally be the definition of average, like in every sense of the word, save for visuals, voice acting, and opening. That's probably the only thing in this series that is like not average at all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The character designs look great. I mean, I have no complaints about them because you can tell there's some real effort put towards the visuals. It's just I wish there was more effort put towards the writing in this series because fuck, this series can be really hard to sit through sometimes. It's like holy shit in this series. That's the vibe I get sometimes when I watch episodes like this. It's like holy fuck, please give me anything, something. I know if they would have, that's what, yo, I even said that in my remember when I said that too, Ghost? I'll be like, if they would have given this studio Sunrise Beyond the Mob Isekai would straight up be an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. But Mob Isekai is a 6 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10 to me because of how bad shit and terrible the animation is. It's like, oh man, it's so bad to look at. It's an offense to the name animation. If you would have given this series, though, the Mob Isekai studio, this series would be like a 3 or 2 out of 10. Thankfully, though, Sunrise Beyond is so good, they elevate this series to a 5 out of 10, which is average, which is a miracle. But yeah, sadly, though, we don't live in that world, though. We don't. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I decided to go with the random shirt because I wasn't gonna wear a Demon Slayer, my Demon Slayer shirt for shit like this. I wasn't gonna fucking wear it for a meme. I do like Healer Girl, but I'd rather save my Demon Slayer shirt for a real anime like Birdie Wing. Well, my shirt will evolve into a Demon Slayer shirt tomorrow because Birdie Wing's actually worth it. And so is Tomodachi Game. So it'll evolve to Demon Slayer tomorrow. So you'll definitely see an evolution of my shirt tomorrow. So yeah, it'll evolve. So you can bank on that. That's the cool thing. Because y'all know me, I fucking when it's mother fucking that was motherfucking Birdie Wing, I get excited. I'm like, now that's a fun series to watch. They don't need no budget to be entertaining. This series is just straight up freaking good. That's all it needs. A great script. And the beauty about Birdie Wing, that's also funded by Bandai. It's probably because Bandai probably thought we just throw money at Sunrise Beyond and bam, but they didn't put into consideration scripts. So that's probably how this series got so much budget. Yeah, Birdie Wing is great, Spirit Chaser. It's now my favorite sports anime of the season, Birdie Wing. It has evolved. It went from it's my second fave sports anime to it's my fave sports anime of the season. No, of the year. Because even though Birdie Wing doesn't have a budget, it doesn't. Its budget is average because Bandai Pictures, they're the division that does Gintama. They even said in Gintama, they don't get the budgets that Gundam or Love Live gets. They don't get the lion's share of the budget that their other contemporaries do, and they make it work. They made it work for Gintama. They're making it work for Birdie Wing. So Bandai Pictures, they know what the fuck they're doing. They could be given a shoestring budget and they can fucking utilize that budget better than a lot of other studios can. That's for sure. That's what makes Birdie Wing impressive too. Like you can tell, it's not lavishly budgeted, and but man, do they make it work, Spirit Chaser. I never seen Lime Barrel. I'm glad I never seen it. I'm not gonna watch Prince and Tennis because I'm not caught up with the original, so I'm not gonna watch Prince and Tennis. But I'm pretty sure because I remember the Prince of Tennis I watched back in the day. It was good, But the issue was Prince of Tennis was incomplete. So Birdie Wing it surpassed Prince of Tennis. Prince of Tennis to me doesn't mean shit unless it gets a full adaptation. And they keep on pussyfooting Prince of Tennis like, oh yeah, Prince of Tennis, we'll just give these fucking spin-offs, OVAs. We never get a full adaptation of the manga. It pisses me off. That's what annoys me about Prince of Tennis. I'm like, what the fuck? Are they ever going to commit to completing Prince of Tennis? Or are they just going to fucking pussyfoot around? That's why I'm like, Prince of Tennis just pisses me off as a franchise. And it makes money too. Like, there's no excuse for it not to be a full adaptation. I do movies if they're a sequel to series. Yeah, I'll do Madoka. I'll react to Madoka movie. So yeah, I plan on watching Madoka. Madoka is one of the few series Spirit Chasers that actually gets me views, so I'll react to the movie. Because people, they've earned it. They made my Magia record reactions actually do well. That was one of the few instances where I didn't feel depressed after making a video with low views, so I'm definitely doing Madoka. That's what I'm saying. Prince of Tennis, I like the start, but the anime isn't that good anymore. That's why Prince of Tennis, I'm not hyped for it. No one is. That's why so far this year, Birdie Wing has been the best sports anime, even though it doesn't have the budget that out. Because if we're going by visuals, then Aoshi has the best budget. Aoshi has the best budget because of production IG. And number 2 would be Salaryman's Club. That one's got an even bigger budget. That one's got a big budget too. So Birdie Wing has an average budget, but they make it work. But yeah, Prince of Tennis. I mean, I guess Prince of Tennis must still do well in Japan because even though it never got a full adaptation, it seems to me that the merchandise for that series sells a lot of money, which pisses me off that it never gets more episodes, despite the franchise making money. That really is the thing that irks me about Prince of Tennis sometimes. It's like, holy fuck, it makes this much money, yet they don't commit to doing the whole thing. But yeah, I'll do Madoka movie 4 Spirit Chaser. I'll react to it. I just hope it comes out on a day where I'm not working, but that's the only issue. Because if it comes out on a day where I'm working, then I'm not going to really prioritize reacting to it early. Because it's a movie. Because movies typically don't do well. Movies in my channel they perform like dog shit. My movie reactions. Because I know as far as movie reactions go, my reaction to Bubble people like the video, it just performed like shit viewership wise. But yeah, my reaction to that didn't do well. My reaction to, I know there's another movie I reacted to. Yeah, that's the thing about Prince of Tennis. It's popular. But honestly, I'm not too hyped for it though. I mean, it's Prince of Tennis. I'm like, Like if they ever choose to like start from the get-go and adapt Prince of Tennis from the beginning, then I'll definitely watch it. But that's the only way you'll ever see me touching Prince of Tennis again, because other than that, I'm not too inclined of getting into Prince of Tennis at all. Oh, speaking of which, I heard the news about Ruby came out. Apparently, Ruby's going to condense Volume 1 into, I think, the first episode, Volume 2 into Episode 2. But I'll jump in to that. That's my first experience with Ruby, so I'm not going to watch the original because I don't want spoilers. But, yeah. Heard a lot of people are saying Studio Shaft is making a bad choice in doing that. Who knows? They might be able to condense everything properly. I'd rather be optimistic than negative when it comes to Ruby. Regardless. But anyways, back into... I don't blame you, Ghost Tab. I don't blame you at all. Now, in saying that, though, yeah, that's what I thought the episode was average. From a character standpoint, though, I did well. At least we get goals from Guy where he wants to travel around alongside Amon in places. I heard, though, that Ghost Tab, they're going to condense all of Volume 1 into Episode, I think, 1. And then all of Volume 2 and Episode 2. It's confusing. They're going to pretty much condense a lot of stuff. So who knows? Ghost Tab. Maybe with Studio Shaft condensing all of Volume 1 and Episode 1, it's going to be better. And then Studio Chef will make it look pretty. It won't look like dog shit. So maybe they'll make it fun. Whatever the case, though, Ghost Tab, I bought my Ruby shirt. I literally would be a waste of my Ruby shirt not to react to it. So I'm reacting to Ruby. I'm bound to it because I bought my Ruby shirt, which I'm not going to show my shirt off until I react to the first Ruby episode. Then you'll see my shirt. So you'll have to wait. Yeah, when they give a shit. But yeah, that's what I thought the episode did a good job from a character standpoint. At least they gave, well, a decent job. They did something for Guy. And I love how they gave something to Shinon and giving us some levity in the second half of the episode. And I love how Gashin hurled a little insult towards Guy when he's like, when he's telling Guy he doesn't look like the statue. I thought that was actually kind of cool. So that's what I thought this episode was. Pretty damn entertaining. And aside from that, I gotta say, the voice acting was great. The animation quality was still really good. And that's overall. I gotta give the episode a rating of, it was average. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't, I didn't feel like I was tortured while watching the episode, but I wasn't exactly enthralled or super entertained, though. But at least in the episode, it had some decent bits like the speeches. It had decent bits like, say, not just the speeches, but setting up some darn cool battles for next week. And that's what overall the episode was. Decent, pretty much. I mean, it was pretty much on the middle for the most part. But anyways, thank you very much, Ghost Tab. Good night, Ghost Tab. And right before I go, I'll say thank you very much to Spirit Chaser and Ghost Tab. Thank you very much for watching my video. Pretty much. You're right. It should be called AMAIM Warrior at the middle of the road instead. That would be a fitting title, actually. Like, hell yeah, it would be. But anyways, thank you very much to everyone else for watching my video. And I hope you have a great day or night, everyone. Bye-bye, y'all.